This is going to be live in the group. If you'd like to join in for my live meeting, just about to get started in the group here. Have yourself a super awesome, terrific. Hey, boys and girls, just doing a little bit of setup here. Just give me one quick moment. I've got a super presentation coming up for you live here. Good morning, everyone. Just about to start a presentation today. I've got a super presentation, and I've put a lot of thought and work into putting this together for you today. Welcome, welcome. All right. Today, my presentation, the title of my presentation, The Universe is Mental, a vision in the mind of creation. And I'd like to just open up by saying that this idea has been a monumental shift in my life, meditating on this idea, receiving this idea more fully and completely, thinking and speaking about this idea, internalizing, deeply internalizing this idea over the last couple of years. It's been a couple of years that I've been chewing on this idea, and I'm going to share 7 ideas that I think helped me to embrace this more fully, and hopefully it will help you to recognize how valuable and important an idea this is. And then I'm going to give you some action steps, some real life action steps that you can take today to start moving towards creating the life of your dreams. So, as I already mentioned, I'm going to talk about 7 concepts, 7 ideas that I believe that if you understand these 7 ideas more deeply, if you think about these, if you read about these, if you study these ideas, I think that you're going to find that you understand my initial idea, the universe is mental. a vision in the mind of creation. I think you're going to understand that more fully if you understand these key 7 ideas. They're kind of ideas that you've probably heard before. They're probably ideas that you've bumped into in your life. You may have heard people talking about it before. You may have thought the people that were talking about it were spiritual people or esoteric people or woo-woo people. But if you thought like that, it may be time to sit with some of these ideas a little bit more. I want to tell you that acknowledging our spirit body, growing spiritually, growing mentally, taking a greater picture of the world, taking a bigger world view is all a part of loving ourselves and loving our brothers and sisters more, loving our life more. I'm going to be talking about these 7 ideas today in greater detail. Hopefully that will help you to see the importance of letting go of some of the things that we've got in mind. As I've healed myself, it's been going on very intensely for the last 9 years, very intensely for the last 5 years, all fruit diet for the last 5 years. Mostly fruit diet for the last 5 years, mostly fruit-focused diet. Vegan nutrition, raw foods, waters, natural waters, distilled waters, clean waters, and most recently this last year, hydrogen-rich water. So learning, understanding more and more as I go. Had I learned and known all of the things I know now, I can see how this can be done. In a couple of years, probably, you can heal, fix, change anything in your life. For me, this has been going on for a long time because it's been a lot of trial and error, and I've made a lot of mistakes. And that's okay. You can fumble along as you go. All we got is time. And, you can never run out of time to be working on yourself and working on your very best self. Because that's what this is about. Working on your very best self. How would you like to be your very best? Can your life afford anything less than your very best? My life couldn't. I came to a point where my life could no longer afford less than my very best, and I had to start giving my very best to my life. I'm going to hopefully share some of that with you today. Here's a periodic table. The first thing I want to talk about is the physical reality and my understanding of the physical reality. The first thing I've got on my list here is duality, polarity. Everything is 2 things, everything is 3 things. Let me talk about first the 2 things. If you look at this periodic table, you may see coming across the top, hydrogen top left, helium top right. Then coming down below, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. These are the first 8 elements. This is grade 12 science. This is the periodic table. On this chart, I think there's 178 elements, 168 elements. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you understand that every single element here, this is everything that we know of in the physical reality. This is all the stuff, the physical atoms that construct everything that we have. They construct ourselves. They construct the trees, the earth, the rocks. Everybody and everything is made up of these 168 elements. Every single one of those elements, if you go from the very first one, hydrogen, the very first one, it has electrons and protons. It is made up of 2 things. In fact, it's made up of electrons, protons, and neutrons. It's made up of 3, to be honest. It's made up of 3. 2 charged things, positively and negatively, and 1 extra element. the ground, the earth, the neutral. Everything is two things, two charges. Everything is three things: mind, body, spirit. Physical, mental, spiritual. Everything is two things. Everything is three things. This is straight up science. If you just say you want to believe it with science, that is pure science. Go and check the periodic table. Do any research you like. Everything here is two things. Everything here is yes. So I like to talk about mind, body, spirit. Everything is three things: body, mind, spirit. See the triangle here: body, mind, spirit. Let me see if I pin my video, if this might help. Maybe make sure that I pin my video. Okay, so, this triangle to the left, I like it. I like the triangle. I think it's important to understand the triangle is the first primary shape. The very first primary shape. It's a three-sided shape. I don't think this is any coincidences in this reality. It's a three-sided object. It's body, mind, and spirit at each end, at each triangle, body, mind, and spirit. And this left image, it says wellness in the middle. I wish it said emotion in the middle. I wish it said feelings in the middle, emotions in the middle, because that's what I say is going on. Feelings are the result. Feelings are the being. The being is a thinking, feeling being. What he thinks about is what he feels. What he holds in his mind, what she holds in her mind, what she does with her body, what she puts nourishment into her body, how she nourishes her body and her mind creates her feelings. What he puts in his mind, what he puts in his body, this affects his feelings. Our feelings are a result of what we put in body and what we hold in mind. The spirit is the higher self. We have access to spirit. It's above us, it's around us, it's all around us. We have access to spirit. It is within us. It is in our solar plexus. It is within us. It is around us. We always have the choice to focus within or around. That is always our choice. I'm just sharing with you some ideas that I've come to get clarity on, that I've come to realize as I've healed myself. As we heal, we get clarity. We become more aligned. We become more aligned with creation. We become more aligned with source. We become more aligned with love. We are love. We heal ourselves with our own self-love. This is how the body and life heal. The image on the right, I like it as well. It shows all four of the key words: body, mind, spirit, and emotion, all aspects of the self. What I like about the image on the right is it also gives you this dual or this polar opposition. And this is what we have in life: duality, polar opposition, always two sides, yin and yang, always two sides. It's not one or the other, it is both. It is always both. All things are supported by the sun. All things are supported by the breath. We have to recognize that all things are supported by creation. All things are supported by God. All things are created by creation, by God. One thing is not good and the other bad. That is just the perspective. That depends on where you're sitting or standing. I understand that you may not be able to understand that completely, or you may think that that's maybe not right, or it's really too esoteric and woo-woo for you. That's okay. As you learn how to heal yourself, you'll understand this more. You will grow. I grew. We all grow as we heal. or we stay the same. This is always our choice. I like the image on the right because it shows the dualistic, the polar, body-mind. The human is body and mind. Spirit. Spirit is above and below us. It's outside of us and it's within us. I like to see spirit and emotion. I like to see emotion as the physical expression of the spirit. I like to say the emotion is the feeling, the vibration is the feeling, it's within us. It is emotion being expressed within us. This is my understanding and sharing of the definition of emotion at this point of my understanding and growth. The third idea that I want you to understand, duality, polarity. All things are three things: mind, body, and spirit. As above, so below. This is an axiom, a maxim. This is a natural law. It's the second natural law. As above, so below. How do we create things? We create all things first in mind. Our predominant thoughts create our reality. Whatever we're thinking and speaking about most often comes into our life, comes into our reality. Whatever we think and speak about most comes into our life, comes into our reality. We can create change in our life, in our reality, by changing what we hold in mind, what we hold in thought. By changing our thoughts and our words, we can change the effect we have in our life. This is a cause and effect reality. We are the cause. We are creating the effects. The effects are the feelings that we have inside of our body. The feelings are a result of the cause, what we hold in mind, the attention we're holding in mind, whatever we're thinking in mind, whatever we're focused on. We cannot create something in the physical before we hold it in mind. Before we can build a house, we have to imagine and make a decision in mind that we want to build a house, to get an architect, then we can get a plan, and then we can act on the plan with a builder, right? This is how we build something, we create something. We have to build anything, it has to start in the mind. If we want to create health, we have to believe in our mind that we can be healthy, that we want to be healthy, that we're striving towards health. This is how we create health. This is how we lose weight. This is how we heal pain. This is how we overcome a disease. We make a change, a decision in mind that we're going to do this. We're going to get healthy. We can do it. We believe in our power to do it. We begin to believe in ourselves. We have to have faith in ourselves. At first, we may not believe. With practice, our faith grows. With practice, over time, our belief grows stronger. As we practice over time, as we develop discipline over time, our faith grows stronger. We're not ready to develop discipline yet, well, then things aren't bad enough yet. When things get bad enough, you'll take action. When things are so bad in your life that you need to do something different, then you will take action. Things just aren't bad enough if you're not ready to take action yet. The multi-dimensional universe, I think it's important to understand that this is a multi-dimensional universe in that the 7-8 billion people, souls that are here, all have power to create their own reality. Sometimes people say, get real. This is the reality, John. This is what's real. Well, this is what's real according to you, right? This is what's real according to you. That everybody can choose to live and engage with life with their own reality. This is what's real, according to me. Okay, in my opinion, this is a multi-dimensional, a multiverse. Everybody's free to choose and create as they please. Some people are wearing 2 masks and 3 masks right now. Some people are pursuing health by lining up to get vaccinated. Some people believe that they get their health and protection from doctors or from drugs or chemicals. Some people believe it. That's not what I believe. You are free to believe it. You are free to engage with your health and your wellness that way if you choose. I choose not to. Everybody is free to choose. Everybody has a right. Right? I believe I am in control of my health. I believe I am in control of my love and my joy and my abundance. I choose to believe that I am not a victim of the disease. I don't believe I am a victim of my life. I'm not afraid of what's out in the world. If you're afraid of what's out in the world, then you're a victim of the world. You could be victimized by the world. That's your belief. That's your choice. Then you engage with your life the way that you want to, right? If you're engaging with your life, the world is not safe for you because there's a disease out there, then that's your choice. It's your choice to believe that, and you should govern yourself properly for that. That's your choice. You create that in your reality by your perspective and what you choose to focus on. That's your right. You can choose to look at this as a problem, or you can begin to choose to look at this as an opportunity. That's a change, a shift of perspective. I can't make you shift your perspective. You can keep your perspective and just begin to work on your natural health with your food and your exercise. And as you begin to move forward, eventually, at some point, you likely will come across some things that make you have to take greater responsibility for your energy, greater responsibility for what you're thinking, saying, and doing. Whenever you're ready, you can make your own decisions at your own time. I will make my decisions at my own time. You can make your decisions at your own time. Everybody is free to choose. Everybody is free to create the reality that they wish. I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm not asking. I'm just expecting my free will and free power to choose to be honored by everyone just the same. We live in a universe of free will as far as I am concerned. 3D versus 5D. Now you can choose whichever reality you want to live in. It's all up to you. You can live in 3D, you can move to 5D. This is your choice. Everyone always has this choice. There's the 3D reality. 3D is like everything physical. Everything physical has length, width, and height. 4D, fourth dimension is time and space. You know, if I'm going to talk about time and space, I got to talk about time and recognize that, you know, we talk about the future, we talk about the past. Really, you can't ever work on or be in tomorrow. You can only work on it right here, right now. It's always in the present. I work in real time. This is me working right now in real time. That's how I work. When I make myself accountable to someone else, when I make myself vulnerable, when I put myself out there, that's how I work best. I recognize that. So I put myself in that place, in that situation. I may not always feel comfortable to do that, but I do that. Being in the here and the now is how things really happen. That's how change really happens. That's how we heal ourselves, as far as I'm concerned. Getting present. Doing it with others means I'm engaged with power of the other. When there's two or more coming together in power, there's greater power there. When two or more come together, there I be. When people come together in accountability relationship, in a relationship, there is more power there available. If you're both being loving and caring to each other. If If you're both coming together with loving intent, there is greater loving power there of two or more coming together in a group. There's more power there. A collective, that's a mastermind. When we come together and make ourselves accountable together and share together, we grow together as a community, as a group together. The present is where the power is, the power of now. Eckhart Tolle, a very favorite book of mine, right? 3D or 5D. Some people are stuck in the physical. Some people are stuck in the protein. Some people are stuck in the vitamins, minerals. I need this, I need that to be happy and well. I need a new car. I need a house to be happy and well. I need more money to be happy and well. I need more sex to be happy and well. I need more food, more candy. I can't be happy without my Coca-Cola, without my coffee, without my alcohol. Fill in the blanks, without my TV show, without my engagement with my friends, without this or without that, whatever it is that you're clinging to. Whatever it is that you're clinging to that you believe is making you happy, healthy, and well. You're not putting the happy, healthy, and wellness inside of yourself. You're not taking responsibility for it inside of you. That can happen. We can all do that. We can all learn how to do that. We can all learn how to grow love and care and health and wealth and wellness inside of ourselves. That's choosing to step into the 5D. That's choosing to step into your greatest version of you. It's choosing to step into your greatest energy, your greatest thoughts, words, and actions. Some people are ready for it. Some people are not. That's okay. You may or may not be ready for it. That's okay. Some people go through many lifetimes before they are ready for it. That's just my understanding, interpretation, belief. You don't have to believe it. That's what I believe. Some people are going to live the rest of their life eating meat, and some people believe they need to eat essential fat oils and get their vitamins and minerals, and some people believe it, and that's okay. I do not believe it. I have grown beyond it in my mind. That's my perspective. Everyone is free to choose. I believe that the power to heal is within. That's my belief. Everyone is free to choose. I'm just sharing my ideas with you today. Understand that there is a 5D opportunity right now. We can be in the 3D, in the triangle, in the primary, we can stay. Understand that there are two bits to me. There are two triangles within me. There are two triangles within me. I've got a masculine and a feminine side. I've got a masculine and a feminine triangle. I've got a thinker and a feeler triangle. That's what this two triangles here. It looks like a star. If you make a circle, it goes all the way around. You make a circle. The circle is like 5D. The two stars, the two bits of you are inside of the circle. The human being is two triangles, a masculine and a feminine triangle. The circle is a possibility, a unity consciousness, something that encircles all of us. We can be a part of the entire whole. We can be a part of the circle that goes around the two triangles in this image here, in this slide. You can see that star-shaped image. A circle could be around that. I wish I could have found an image that had a circle around it. That's circle is 5D. That's consciousness. It embraces the whole. Some people are ready to embrace the whole of reality. Some people want to stay in their physical reality. Stay right where they are. That is fine. Some people are ready for that life and engagement. Some people are ready for a bigger life and engagement. That's a choice. Step up from 3D to 5D if you want. Stay exactly as you are in the physical, looking for joy and happiness from food, from substance, from screens, from people. Not yet ready to recognize that your happiness is your own choice, your own decision. That is the 3D. Not ready to decide to take full responsibility for your happiness. That's my opinion. Frequency and vibration. I believe this is the fifth idea. I believe this is a massive, important idea to understand. I talk about it a lot. I talk about frequency and vibration. I talk about raising the frequency and vibration of the being. I like to talk about all of our emotional self, the shadow, the darker part of ourself, the dark part of ourself, the low frequency energy, the shadow emotions, sadness, sorrow, frustration, anger. These are what I call the dark emotions. They are low frequency energy, low frequency vibration. Low frequency vibration is a low energy, a low feeling, a low energy feeling. Fear, grief, apathy, guilt, shame, anger. These are low energy frequencies. These frequencies won't heal you. These frequencies will hold you back. High energy frequencies, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, enlightenment. These are high energy thoughts and words. Courage, pride. These are higher energy emotions, feelings, frequencies, vibrations. If you choose thoughts and words that pick up your frequency and vibration, you can elevate your frequency. You can elevate your feelings. If I bring up the water example, to bring that into a visual, I live right across from the lake here in Burlington, Ontario, Canada. Right across the street is the lake. If I go out to the lake right now, the water is very cold. It's like probably 10 degrees Celsius, 15 degrees, maybe 12 degrees, maybe less, maybe 7, maybe 6. I'm not sure. In the summertime, it might come up to 30, 40, 50 degrees. It might come up that high, Celsius, Fahrenheit degrees, Celsius degrees. It's cold even in the summertime out there. The water is cold. If I freeze the water, I bring it down to 0, it becomes hard as rock. If I boil the water, it becomes vapor or steam. When I change the frequency and vibration of the water, it changes its constituent, its constitution. It changes the constitution of the water from hard to gaseous. The frequency and vibration of the water, even though the water is still water when it's vapor or when it's ice, the properties and behavior of the water change depending on the temperature or the frequency or the vibration, the feeling of the water. We can change the frequency and vibration within us. We are 80% water, 90% water, 70% water. A great part of our frequency is water. A great part of our physical body is water. A great part of us is water. We can shift our frequency. We can shift our water. We can change love to hate. We can change fear to courage. It's a change of thought and word and action to change love to hate. Hate is a lower frequency emotion. It's making us sick, unhealthy, and filled with disease. Right? If I put this on the board, maybe I'll pull over to the board here. I'll try to give you an image on the board. You can see this. If I put this on the board, if I put, spirit at one end of the continuum, and I put, physical reality, the most physical, rock, solid matter. Spirit on one end, physical on the other. Two poles. All of it is reality. Spirit, the highest frequency. High. physical, rock, dense, density, low vibe, low vibration. Not one good, one bad, just different frequency, different vibration, right? Hate, lower frequency, lower vibration. Love, higher frequency, higher vibration. Sickness, illness, disease. Sickness, health. Health and love and joy and happiness, all high frequency, all high vibe. Just pick up your frequency. Anger, frustration, low frequency. Jealousy, pain, low frequency. We can manage our health and our wellness. We can manage our health and our wellness by changing our frequency, by changing our vibration, by shifting our focus. This is how it happens, right? By changing our thoughts and words, we change our frequency. By choosing a higher thought, a bigger thought, we can change the way we feel. Try on a bigger thought. Imagine everything in the universe, everything in our reality. Imagine everything in our world and our reality that we know existing in the mind of God. How do we create things? How do we create a house? First, we got to get it in our mind. If we want to buy a new car, first I got to think about it in my mind before I go and buy it. The first light bulb was first imagined in mind before it became into the reality. Consider this idea. In order for me to create anything in the physical reality, I have to hold it in mind. As above, so below. In order for God to create our reality, he has to hold it in mind. Imagine this reality exists in the mind of God, a vision in the mind of creation. Our reality is a vision in the mind of creation. Meditate on that thought for a minute. We are being held in the mind of God. Where's the evil there? Where's the darkness there? Where's the shadow there? The shadow exists only in the mind of man. The evil, the darkness, the shadow is a misperception of reality. The shadow is a thought in the mind of man. Standing in the shadows, he perceives an absence of light. Standing in the shadows, man perceives a lack of love. He believes creation has forsaken him. He believes he has been left. He believes he has been left by creation. This is the mistake of the man. This is an incorrect understanding of reality, that I have been forsaken by creation. You are never forsaken. You are always being loved. Even on the darkest day, you are always being loved. You just cannot see it sometimes. You cannot feel it sometimes. It's just your interpretation. It's just your interpretation. You've interpreted things incorrectly. I learned that I was interpreting things incorrectly and holding shadow, holding low frequency energy in my body and life because of misinterpretations that I made earlier in my life. Consider the safety and security of existing in the mind of God. All things here, your life included, all things here created in the mind of God. Love, unconditional love, coming from love. There is nothing to fear here except what you conjure in your mind. The great paradox. If you change the way you look at things, watch, things will begin to change. A quote by a great man, Wayne Dyer. I've read many of his books. I was very much inspired by his books. Wonderful man. I encourage you to look at Eckhart Tolle, Wayne Dyer. I encourage you to look at the Buddha. I encourage you to look at the natural laws. I encourage you to look at the Kabbalah. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at begin to change. You start to change your impressions and understanding of life when things begin to change. There is always an absolute truth and a perceived truth. There is always two. All things are two. There's always an absolute truth and a perceived truth. Understand, there's always two. People try to say, you're not being real. You're not like, this is the reality. Get real. That's your reality. That's your perceived truth. Understand, absolute truth is the truth of God. It's constant. It's steadfast. It's cornerstone. It's anchored or grounded. It's unwavering. It's natural. I like to think of it as what is natural. The natural laws. They never change. The tide goes in and out. The day ends, the night begins. The spring ends, the summer begins. Every single year, January, February, March, the seasons all go like this. A little more snow, a little less, a little more rain, a little more sunshine, a little less, but every single year it balances itself out. This is just the way it goes. The water goes up, it cools, it falls back down as rain. The water is in a circle, in a cycle. Everything here on the planet in nature is natural, is in a cycle. This is a natural, unwavering, constant, steadfast truth of nature, truth of God. That is the truth. That's what's natural. Nobody knows the truth of God. Anyone can tell you, they can make some comments. I just made some comments about what I think the truth is. Those are my comments. That's just my opinion. I've made that decision in my mind. Everyone has to make these decisions in their mind. Nobody knows the truth of God. The Christians will tell you the truth of God is Jesus and this and that. The Muslims will tell you the truth of God is Allah and this and that. The Jews are going to tell you it's Moses and this and that. The Hindus is going to tell you it's Shiva and it's Bhagavad Gita is going to tell you another thing. The Kabbalah is going to tell you another thing. It depends what you're considering who you're giving power to. To the doctors, to the television, to your parents, to your brother and sister. Who's making the decision for you? The television, the authorities, or are you making those decisions for yourself? Everyone is free to choose. Who is making your own decisions? That's what has to happen. You have to eventually make your own decisions if you want to heal yourself, love yourself, be at your very best. That's what I'm telling you. Do what you like with that. There's a perceived truth. That's the individual's truth. That's what I think or what you think. Anybody is free to think. When I was, a baby, I got christened when I hit 13. I got confirmed. But at some point between 30, 40, 50, 60, everybody has to make their own decisions. No matter what your parents raised you, Catholic or Christian or Jewish, no matter how your parents raised you with just science, just raised you with the flat earth, or just raised you with Sasquatch, or just raised you with the UFOs the Galactic Federation is trying to communicate with us. Whatever you want to believe, that's up to you. At some point, you make your own decision and you decide for yourself to make some decisions for yourself. This is how you heal yourself. When you decide, when you make a decision, the universe conspires to support you. How you were brought up, the experiences that you had in your life affect your decisions, your culture. If you're black or white, it makes a difference. If you're man or woman, It makes a difference. If you're rich or poor, it makes a difference in how you interpret things. We all have blind spots from where we stand, from where we live, from how we interpret things. Men don't understand the perspective of women. They aren't women. They can't understand. Black people can't understand white people. White people can't understand black people. Asians can't understand Indians. Men can't understand women. It's just we aren't in that first place, so we can't understand. We're not standing in that shadow, so we can't understand. Everyone has their own advantages and disadvantages. The winner is the one that realizes their disadvantage and strengthens it up so much that it becomes their advantage. Stop crying about your disadvantage. Take advantage of it. Make a decision. Make a decision to change your life. Heal yourself naturally, yourself, with your own power, your own thoughts, words, and actions, with your change of foods and habits and behaviors. Take responsibility. 7 action steps. I gave you 7 ideas that I think you should understand to chew on. I think to help you, I hope to help you understand this idea, this concept more fully. There is no evil except for what you hold in your mind. 7 immediate action steps that we are in the mind of God. We are all in the mind of God. 7 immediate action steps to maximize your success. Make some new decisions. Decide what you love. Get clear about what you love, what you're passionate about. Get clear about it. Choose natural, healthy lifestyle, fasting lifestyle, a lifestyle of letting go of the physical, letting go of what you know, letting go of what you've learned. It's an unlearning process to come back to the truth that is within us or around us. Tune into it around you or within you. You always have the choice to tune in to what's coming around or tune in to what you're thinking and saying within yourself. I had to learn how to love myself. That's how I healed myself. With breathing and intending and imagining and moving and changing my foods, changing my thoughts, words, and actions, my foods, my behaviors, the things I'm thinking and saying to myself. I healed myself. You can heal yourself. With self-care, begin daily mindfulness practice, breath work practice, conscious of your breath, conscious of your thoughts and words, coming to that thought and word practice daily. Begin to practice. Begin to practice fasting. Begin to practice emptiness of mind, emptiness of tummy. Physically emptying my body, mentally emptying my body. Practice. Take massive action. If you want to make a change, if you want to heal yourself, begin to take some massive actions. I'm going to share with you 2 massive positive actions that you can take today. I want to talk about 2 massive positive actions. First, I want to talk about my hero's journey. This is me when I was, Mr. North America, 25 years ago. This is me, the big blue shirt guy, big brown face. This is me at 40 when I really hit the bottom in my life. I was 40 pounds heavier than I am right now. This is me coming up on 50 right now. I'm at my leanest. I'm the same weight I was when I was 14, 15 years old. In the same body, back in the body I was when I was 15. I weighed 147 pounds this morning. I ate yesterday. I could be 143, 142 pounds. I can get as low as 140 if I fast. If I dry fast, I can go less. I'm between 140 and 150 pounds, depending on how much I'm eating that day, that weekend. You can heal yourself. You can come right back to your 15-year-old body. It can happen. Yes, it can happen. It can happen with new thoughts and words. You got to make some new decisions. I'm going to do a little hero's journey with you today. And then I'm going to talk about gaining laser beam focus. I'm gonna stop this share screen for a second. And I'm going to pin this. I'm going to pin this other video so you can see what I'm doing on the board. Hopefully, I'm not sure if you could see that before. Hopefully you could. For sure, I'm going to make sure you can see it now. I'm going to do a quick. I'm not going to be quick. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to show you how simple it is, though. I'm going to show you how simple it is to begin to start doing some simple work on yourself, something you can take action on, over the next week or two. Here's something you can take some action on. Getting some laser beam focus and doing a hero's journey. If you want some resources on the hero's journey, if you want some more resources, you can always reach out to me. I'll send you some videos to help you do this better, more. I send you videos. I can answer any questions if you want to answer some questions. If you want to have some dialogue, we can arrange a call. We can talk. If you want to talk about this more, if you want to talk about taking some action, some physical action. This is about physical training, mental training. This is about changing yourself physically, mentally. This is how it happens. This is what natural health is about. Changing yourself physically and mentally. It's taking a holistic approach to your health and your wellness. It's taking responsibility for your health and your wellness. Here's a hero's journey. This is how you learn how to decipher how creation, how God, how the unconditional loving force of our universe is talking to you in your life. You need to see how it's talking to you in your life, and then you need to decide about what you want to do in creating your life. That's the laser beam focus part. There's two parts to it. There's always two parts. How is creation? How is God talking to me? And what am I deciding about how I want my life to be? Thinking and speaking about how I want my life to be, and recognizing the message, the lesson that's being taught to you. I'm going to put on the board here, I'm going to put on there a line. I'll put at one end. I'm going to put up, here's me, 50, just about 50. And here's me when I'm going to start the story, 13. Make a little continuum. Make a line. Start your story whenever you want. Here's where my story is going to start. When I was 13, I got picked on at recess. I got beat up in front of the girls. I got embarrassed. I was embarrassed, right? I decided then, I was not going to be small anymore. I was going to work out and get big, and I was going to be happy, healthy, because I was going to take charge of my health. So at this point, I got picked on, and I kind of took in at this point this idea that I'm not good enough. I kind of took on this idea that I had to be bigger to be good. I had to be more to be good. And I also kind of took something on there. I think I was embarrassed in front of the girls. I was embarrassed in front of the girls. This was something specific. And, at that point, I started to think I was not good enough. I went out into life to make myself bigger, thinking that I would be happy and healthy and well if I had more muscle on my body. So I continued through life, with this broken kind of mindset. I was holding a broken mindset in my life, in my mind, that I wasn't good enough. And I started creating for myself basically that. I didn't recognize that until later in my life. 13, that happened to me. I'll tell you, when I was, 18, I got my first girlfriend. She broke up with me because I was black. So her mother didn't like her seeing me. So I got into this cultural thing. And I kind of had some mixed cultural messages in my family home as well too. Some low frequency cultural messages, black, white kind of messages that were kind of in my upbringing as well too. So I took that from my family home, and I went out and then I found it with my first girlfriend at 18, breaking up with me. And then wouldn't you know, my second girlfriend, similar sort of thing. My third girlfriend left me for another guy. My fourth girlfriend left me for my boss. I worked at Family Fitness. I worked at the gym. The owner of the gym took my girlfriend. When I was 27, I was a competitive bodybuilder, an international level bodybuilder. When I was 19, I was Mr. Junior Ontario. Right when I was 25, I was Mr. North America. Well, I worked at the gym. I loved bodybuilding. I went down to the Mr. Olympia competition.
Restaurant in Pickett House.
I went down to the Mr. Olympia competition. I went down to the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic every single year. I used to visit the Mr. Olympia and the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. One time I went down there with my girlfriend when I was 27, and my girlfriend, my childhood hero, Sean Ray, like he was in the Olympia, that my childhood hero took my girlfriend. I kept on creating in my life. This is when I was 27. And, this is when I was 19. I was Mr. Junior Ontario. When I was 19, I was just going to university. Just before my 19th year birthday, before I went to university, my mother died, and my dad made me move out. I was a victim. I became a victim of my life. I was a victim of my life here. And then I started reproducing. I'm the victim. All my girlfriends, I started to be the victim. My mother died. I was sad, angry, frustrated, angry. I went out into life, sad, frustrated, angry, the victim in my life. I got addicted to steroids, anabolic steroids, right? I got addicted to foods, proteins, vitamins, minerals. I got addicted to growth hormones, anabolic drugs, stimulants, coffee, workout stimulants like ephedrine. Going to the clubs. I got addicted to going to the clubs, the nightclubs. Girls, sex. Like I was making myself happy with steroids and girls and protein, food and substance and girls and money. This is what life taught me. This is what my life taught me. This is what I learned from life. Right? I'm just making myself transparent. I'm just letting you know. This is what I thought that I wasn't good enough. I started to create. I was a victim. I started to believe I was a victim. I started to perceive myself as a victim. I started to create victimness in my life. I started to do victim things. Here I am. Here I am at 30. I declared bankruptcy. Financial problems. I started being the victim of money in my life. I went bankrupt again at 40, right? Along the way there, I had so many times I got kicked out of situations like where I ran my business, where like I was running my business, I was doing nothing wrong, I'm playing my music, running a gym, and the neighbor starts pounding on the door on my walls because he doesn't like me playing the music. And then he starts complaining to the landlord, and then I get into a fight with the landlord about playing my music in my gym because I'm paying my rent here. Get into a fight with my landlord, and it falls apart. I kept creating in my life victim and failure and not good enough. And it was because I had a broken idea that I picked up right here. I got addicted to foods and substances and money and sex and drugs and things to make me happy. And then at 40, I declared my second bankruptcy. Bankrupt again. Bankrupt again. And at this point now, I was 10 years married, and I almost lost my marriage. I almost lost my family, my kids. and I recognized that I was losing everything in my life. I had lost everything in my life. I was at the lowest point in my life. And this is when I recognized that I needed to share. I needed to take responsibility. I needed to share the way I was engaging with my life. I needed to take responsibility of what I was doing. I needed to work on my thoughts and words and how I was engaging with life. So I started into thought and word practice, and I worked so diligently there, studying and working on spirituality, being in this area. And, for years this went on. And so I'm not saying this was like a simple solution. Like, I had to work at thoughts and words, and just, I've had the most massive healing and changing happen just in the last 2 months, just in the last 6 months, just in the last 2 years, right? Realizations have kept on coming as I started to move towards natural health. I hit my low point here, and I recognized that I needed to make some change to the way that I was thinking and speaking to myself, to my life, the way that I was engaging with my life. I started looking back at my life. I started to recognize that, hey, I was thinking incorrectly here. I got these negative emotions and habits and behaviors. I picked up these negative foods. And then I started creating all low frequency thoughts, words, habits, behaviors, ideas, concepts. And then my whole life really started to fall apart. And then I recognized I needed to take responsibility, and I started to shift and move out of it. And it didn't just shift overnight. I had to work at it. And as I worked at it, it got better and better and better. And I learned more and more and more, and understood more and more and more. And I came to learn how to love myself more fully and completely. And now I'm trying to teach people that it's about self-love and self-care. And I'm trying to teach people how to do that, because I don't think we ever learn how to do that. We're told that self-love is something inside of us. We're told that we need to love ourselves, but no one ever really shows us how to do it. And I want to begin to show you guys how to do that today. That's at the center and forefront of everything that I do, is teaching people how to love themselves. That's what the cornerstone is. This is about love. This is about unconditional love. This is about learning unconditional love. This is about learning how to love yourself unconditionally. That's what I believe. I'm just sharing with you my ideas, my beliefs, my new ideas and beliefs that I've come to learn and accept and take on as my beliefs, later in life, almost 50. So, whenever it happens to anyone at any time, there's no age limit. Age has nothing to do with it. It's about whenever you decide to take responsibility for what you're thinking, saying, and doing, right? It's about evaluating how the world is talking to you. That was what I just did, a little hero's journey. You could do your own hero's journey, right? You could work on this for a week. Think about practicing every morning and every night for a week, and go to bed with it, wake up with it, and you'll start to meditate on this. You'll start to get some insight into how creation is speaking to you. And then the next part of it is making your own decisions. That's what I call laser beam focus. And I want to talk about that here and now. Laser beam focus. Basically, laser beam focus is getting clear on your goals. Getting clear about where you're putting your energy out, how you're putting your energy out. Right? We get what we give. That's just the law, the natural law. We get what we give. The frequency and vibration that we emit is what's encouraging everything to come back to me in my life. I'm drawing everything to me. I'm drawing all of my experiences to me. I am holding on to all of my addictions with my addictive thoughts and words. It's my thoughts and words. I need to get clear about my thoughts and words and how I want to put them out into my life. I got to get laser beam focused with my thoughts, words, with my energy. It's getting clear here. Okay. There's 7 areas that you need to get clear in, as far as I'm concerned. There's 7 areas. There are your personal goals. You got to know, what you want for yourself personally. I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to be well. I want to be pain-free. I want to love myself fully. I want to love myself fully and completely. I want to have love and care for myself. I want to have love and care for the others in my life. The people that I love, that are closest to me, the people that I work with, my friends, my family, and even the others. I want to have love for the others on the planet, the people that I share life with, the other people that are in this time space, existing in this time space with me. I want to love the animals, the trees, the planet, the sun, the earth, the moon. I want to love reality, right? But how do you want to feel about yourself personally? You got to get clear about those things. You got to think about it. You got to write it down. You got to hold it in your mind, imagine it in your mind, visualize it, intend it. Think about it, speak about it, make yourself accountable. It's an awesome way. Tell somebody else. Tell a friend. Tell somebody what you love. Tell somebody the things that you love the most. 5 things that you love the most. 10 things that you love the most. Know them. Write them down. Get clear about them. Your personal goals. Get clear about them. The second thing that you need, laser beam focus. That's 1, personal goals. Number 2, laser beam focus. Primary relationship. Now, this could be a sexual relationship or not. It doesn't matter. It could be your mother or your brother or your lover. It doesn't matter. It's whoever you share life with, whoever you have been given to share life with. It doesn't matter. Who do you spend the most time with? Who's the most important person in your life? It doesn't matter. Who's the most important to you, for you? You decide. Who has the universe given you to share life with? How do you think about that person? The universe has given you another person, a brother, sister, mother, to share life with, a lover, someone else to engage in life with. How do you think about that person? Are you thinking lovingly to or about that person? This is very important. The energy that you hold in your mind about yourself is very important. The energy you hold in your mind about the primary person, the person that you've been given life to share with, how you think about them matters. Are you thinking mean things? Are you thinking angry things? Are you thinking frustrated things toward them? You have to forgive that. You have to let that go. You have to accept it. You have to hold love in your heart for the other. You have to hold love in your heart for yourself. You have to intend it. You have to think about it. You have to speak about it. This is how it happens. You have to think about your primary relationship, not the way that it is, but the way that you want it to be. You have to think about your relationship with yourself, not the way that it is, not the way that it was, the way that you want it to be. You need to think and speak about it or write it down. Make a list with your goals. Primary relationship. That's the second idea, the second thing you got to get laser beam focused on, how you want that to be. Not how it is, how you want it. Number 3, you have to get clear about the other relations. How you think and speak about the others. So, Maybe your kids, maybe your parents, maybe your brother, maybe your sister, maybe your family, maybe your wife's family, maybe your husband's family. Maybe it's the others. Maybe it's the people at the supermarket. Maybe it's a different culture. Maybe it's the blacks. Maybe it's the whites. Maybe it's the Asians. Maybe it's the Muslims. Maybe it's the terrorists. Maybe it's the people in the wheelchairs. Maybe it's the sick people. Maybe it's the poor people. Maybe it's the rich people. We have to have love for the other. We have to mend and forgive the other. We can't hold anger or frustration or ignorance or judgment of the Asians or the Muslims or the women and be giving love and believe that we're engaged with our life in a loving way. We have to think and speak lovingly in our mind for that person, that group of people, for the other relations, for the animals, for the trees, for the land, for the sky, for the air, for the water. You have to have other relationships. You have to have a loving engagement in your mind for the other relationships in your life. The relationship with food, the relationship with substance. You have to have a loving engagement with food and substance. Other relationships, they fall underneath here. The next one, the fourth one, my career. I have to have a loving relationship with my career. I can't hate my job. Even if I hate my job, I have to love sharing time with the other people when I'm there. I have to love something about it. You can't hate it. You have to love your career, or you have to love that it's almost over. You have to love that that you're done working. You don't have to do it anymore. You have to find love even for something that you do. You have to do something that you love, or find something that you love to do, like as a hobby. Then, if you don't love your work, then get a hobby that you love. If you're not working, then love what you are doing. Whatever your daily thing is, your daily grind, you have to learn how to love it. It's your career. You have to learn how to love your career. You have to learn how to love what you do. You have to have a meaningful work. It has to mean something to you. You spend a tremendous amount of time doing your career. It's a big part of your life. I found love for my career, and from love for my career, I learned how to love the other aspects of myself and my life. I found it in love for you, for this, for what I'm doing, for natural health, for wellness, for working on my body, for physically moving and breathing and eating healthy foods, learning how to be healthy. A career that you love, something that you're passionate about, something that you want to do. You want to help people. You can't do it at work, then do it outside of work. Get a hobby. Start something else. Start working on something that you love for your career after your career. Number 5, financials. Your finances. You have to learn how to love your financial situation. Even if it's in the toilet, you have to learn how to accept it's in the toilet. Forgive it's in the toilet. Forgive yourself. Forgive the other. This is about accepting things as they are. This is about forgiving yourself. This is about forgiving the other person. This is about thinking and speaking about what you're going to do. This is about getting clear about your direction. This is about making decisions in your life. Making new decisions in your life. That's how change happens. It happens through new decisions. We have to have a loving relationship with money, because you're going to need money to do things in life, to have freedom. So you're going to have a loving relationship with it at some point if you want to have freedom to have it. You can't hate it. You're going to have to find peace with it. Okay? It's a part of life. You can't deny it. So Six, you're going to have to find, some way of loving your future. I say, like this is like your bucket list. All the things that you want to do. This is like you want to go on these nice vacations. Like you want to do something or experience something in your life. This is your future. You got to be optimistic about your future. Like if you're thinking that the world's about to end because there's a killer virus, you're not going to be too happy. If you think that your life's about to begin to create something absolutely awesome, magical, and new that you've never experienced before, and there could be so much more to life than you know right now, then you're shifting your perspective. You're looking at it as the glass half full. You're not being pessimistic about what's out there. This is a shift in your idea, your perspective, your outlook of the future. This is thinking and feeling better about yourself, about where you're going. It's making decisions about where you're going. Okay? Being happy about the decisions you're making. The seventh and final aspect of yourself in life that you need laser beam focus on is you need to get laser beam focused on reciprocity. This is like legacy. Your give back. How are you giving back to your life? I want to call this also balance. Like if you're imbalanced in your life, if your life's imbalanced, if you're just trying to get, like I was trying to get my joy and happiness from food, from calories, from vitamins, from minerals, from sex, from drugs, from steroids, from trying to get happiness from money, from, if you're trying to get joy, get happiness, then you're out of balance. You've got to learn how to give. You've got to learn how to love your life more. What am I going to give to life? I got to get back in balance. How can I give to my life? How can I give more to my life? How can I create a new balance? How can I give back to life? What am I going to give back to life? Even just beginning to start thinking about how can I give back to life? What can I do today to give back to my life today? To create more balance in my life? How can I shift balance in my life? How can I begin to shift the balance in my life? Laser beam focus. 7 ideas to joy, happiness, fulfillment. 7 ideas we got to get laser beam focused on. Take a week or two to work on it. Work on it and every morning for a week or two. Get clarity. Work on your hero's journey. These are, foundational aspects, I think, for creating health and joy and happiness in your life. These are key elements of really transforming your life, healing yourself naturally. I'm just going to come back, make sure I just finish this up here. These are the seven ideas I got to create laser beam focus, and I want to finish off today with a little bit of self-love practice. I want to come to a resolution. Here is a resolution for you. Yeah, okay, buddy. Not quite ready to go yet. Okay, I'm just finishing up. I'll be done in about 15 or 20 minutes. Okay, and then we're gonna go get into something.
Basketball?
Yeah, basketball sounds good. It's getting sunny out there.
Yeah.
I'll be done in just a second. I'm gonna finish up real quick. See you in a minute. There it is. There's my big reason why, right? I got to finish up here. I'm going to finish up here with a little self-love practice. And we do this awesome. We're doing this as a group. When 2 or more are together, there's more power to do this together. And all it is something, you can do it by yourself. You can do it with someone. You can do it first thing in the morning when you wake up, as you start to come to awakeness, as you start to come to consciousness, as you start to awaken, You start to come to consciousness. You come to a moment where all of a sudden you're awake. You're aware of yourself. The first thoughts that you think, these are important thoughts. The first fruits, the first foods, the first things that you put into you, the first things that come into your mind, these are important. You want to put your mind initially on the things that you love. You want to start to grow the things that you love. You can first observe what's going on in the mind. Don't judge it. Don't say it's good or it's bad. Like just accept it. Like allow it. Just sit with it. Just breathe. It's just coming to the breath. The breath brings us to the present moment. The breath brings us to the now. Just watching your breath. This is a breath work practice. It's a movement practice. It's exercise, it's movement, it's breath. It's a change of nutrition. It's a change of ideas. It's a change of thoughts and words, intentions, imagination. What I'm imaging in my mind. What am I holding in my mind? What am I entertaining in my mind? It's changing what I'm holding in mind, what I'm entertaining in my mind. Changing my predominant thoughts, becoming more conscious of my thoughts as I breathe. Focusing on your breath. See if you can stay tuned into yourself for a moment. Try to tune into yourself. Tune into your breathing. Don't worry about me for a minute. Don't worry about anyone or anything for a minute. For a minute, just focus on yourself. Just watching your in and your out breath. Breathe in as deeply as you can. Breathe out as fully as you can. Try to take 3, 4, 5 full inhales and exhales. Just coming out of the busyness of mind and coming into the consciousness. It's in the consciousness that we can reprogram the subconscious mind. It's with your consciousness that you can take power over yourself. You can take back your power from your food or substance, drug, medication, from the doctor, from the television, whoever you've given your power away to. By focusing on your breath, you can learn how to tune into yourself. This is where your true power is. Your infinite power, your authentic power is inside. Just focusing on your breathing just takes you out of your mind and into your authentic power. Powering yourself up. With each inhale you take, you can imagine your power rising. I am rising in power. Exhale, sharing your loving power with your universe. I am growing love for myself and for the others. I am growing health for myself and for the others. I am growing joy and love for myself and for the others. Thinking about it, holding that image in your mind. With every inhale, I'm drawing up my energy, focusing on your breathing. It's a breath work practice. It's a focus practice. It's an intentions practice. It's an affirmations practice. Speaking positively to myself, learning how to be my own best friend. Just thinking and speaking nicely to myself. I believe in myself. I believe I am good. I believe I am valuable. I believe I am worthy. You can affirm and take a breath. You can think and speak positively about yourself and take a breath. You can turn on a positive, inspirational message or video and breathe. You can breathe in bed. You can breathe and think about the things that you love. You can do a hero's journey. You can breathe while you think about your life. You can do your goal setting. You can breathe while you do your goal setting. You can do some journaling. You can do some reading. You can watch your breath and read. You can go for a walk. You can tune into a workout with me. You can practice breathing and moving, and healing yourself with your thoughts and words every day, more often during your day, just taking more time to be conscious of your breaths, of yourself during your day. Get started right now for free. Get my ebook off of my website. Get my 4-day detox off my website. Get my 10-day process, my free 10-day process on my website, highendfitness.com. If you want to, chat, send me a message. Send me a personal message. Send me an email. Find my email on my website, highendfitness.com. HIEND, high-end fitness.com. HIEND fitness.com. If you register on my website, you get on my email list, you get my content. I put it out all of the time. If you register on my website for my 10-day process, you'll get the workouts, so workout videos, the nutrition plans, the motivation, video messages, all comes for free to your email. If you want to take some action, you can take some action. It's up to you to take action. Stop looking for someone else. Look to yourself to take action. Send me an email if you want to discuss some help. Follow me on Facebook. Join my private group. Get free access to workshops in my private group. Workshops on Saturdays and workouts on Sundays and natural coaching on Sundays. Tune in anytime that it works for you. What works for you? Don't think and speak about what doesn't work for you. Don't think and speak about what the problem is. Don't think and speak or focus on the problem. Rather, think and speak about where you're going, who you want to be, what you want to do. Change your focus, change your attention, change your intentions, change your imagination. Focus on your breath. Get moving. Get out in the sun. Put your feet on the ground. Body heals itself naturally. Body and life can heal naturally. We all can do it. If you need some help, reach out to me. Have yourself a super